What's your general outlook on the overall format?
I love when, you kind of have an individual like sport, like, pickleball, golf, tennis or whatever. When you take those individuals and say, hey, you got to play together as a team and figure out how you guys can win.
This episode is sponsored by Beamer Therapy. Get your butt over to my website, click on that sponsor tab and see what Beamer Therapy is all about. I got a couple boys here with me. Got my man K-Mac, got my man Brice. Gonna have a damn good episode here. What's going on? My name is Tyson McGuffin. Welcome to the McGuffin Show. We've been off for a couple weeks. Happy to be back. What we're going to be talking about today is the latest pickleball news, sports corner, recent tourneys, new MLP owners, the reaction to the impersonation videos, details on my signature shoe with Skechers that lots of people are asking about. But boys, how are you?
Well, good, baby. Let's get it. I'm excited. K-Mac, what's happening?
I'm ready to do this. We got Brice here, excited to do this one with him and get his opinion on all this MLP athlete ownership stuff. So no, it should be a great episode.
Heck yeah. I know K-Mac and I were on the road for a couple weeks, banging out some camps, playing some tournaments, taught a camp in Phoenix, went to Vegas, played Vegas, taught a camp on that Monday, Tuesday after Vegas. We had 48 awesome campers that we dealt with, and then went to Dallas, played Dallas, got to check out Frisco and hang out at that new Lifetime facility, which is not too shabby. First time playing on courts that were diagonal. It's kind of a different look. And then ended up going to DC this last weekend. Little did I know, all those states over there are very, very small. I'm pretty sure you can put like 10 Marylands in the state of Idaho. Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, I was in Maryland. It takes me 20 minutes to get to Washington, D.C. It takes me 10 minutes to go the other way to go to Virginia. Yeah, played DC, taught a camp in DC after, probably one of the bigger camps that we taught this year. We had 54. Sure. Good time on the road. Happy to be back though. Been back with my babies the last couple days, and always a
question though.
Yeah, talk to me.
I'm about to cut you off. I want to know how your boy lives in Phoenix but has no idea that you have a camp in my home stomping grounds until you're here. I need to know. I'm calling you out right now.
Okay, so
no,
it was a corporate camp, and so nobody else is invited, unfortunately. That's what it was. I got a guy who lives in St. Louis, so he does this little company party every year. He invites employees, he invites some of his clients, and we kind of have a little 3-day of like a pro-am, and all the pros kind of playing with his clients and his employees and stuff like that. And it's very, very laid back, as K-Mac knows.
Get Brice on the guest list next year.
I know, right? Shame on me.
I need to holler at your guy.
Shame on me.
We need to fix that.
You're right. Last year we ended up doing it in St. Louis. We had a private chef that flew in from like Panama. Greg had a party at his house every night. We had like a bartender there serving us drinks, bomb food. Definitely not a dump, and definitely an event that I'll be doing for a very long time. So Brice, next year I'll try to get you on that guest list, brother. I know, shame on me. Desert Ridge Marriott is not a bad place to hang out, by the way. That's probably like the best setup in pickleball, right? You have the resort right there. You walk down to the courts. You got a nice pool. You got K-Mac hung out at the lazy river and ended up taking a little float down the lazy river. But yeah, you got the pool there. You got the spa, restaurant, courts are down below. Not a bad place to hang out. That's for sure.
I had to get a couple laps in.
Yeah. That was the first tournament I think I went to there at Desert Ridge earlier this year in January. It was around my birthday.
Was it?
The first one I went to.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah. What happened at that tournament? I think I ended up taking silver in singles. Betty and Colin won dubs. Brice, did you watch Championship Sunday at that event?
No. So my birthday was that Saturday.
Gotcha.
So I want to go to the PPA tournament. Like, I haven't been to one. Like, I just kind of started playing. I want to go. So it was my birthday, but somehow I ended up with both of my kids on my birthday. So I was like, you know what? we're going to the pickleball tournament.
Nice.
And then I got there, and it was almost weird because obviously at that time I didn't know how tournaments were ran. I didn't know what the fans' code of conduct was, and I got kids that are like making noise. I'm on the main court, and I just remember being like, I don't know if I'm supposed to really be here, like with these kids making noise. Like, I just don't know.
Of course.
And I just remember, is it Jesse Irvine?
Jesse Irvine. Yep. Oh yeah, Jesse.
I remember she was playing, and she seems like she's really intense when she plays, right? And I remember my daughter like made a noise, and like she like looked over in our direction, like after a point was over, and I was like, okay, man, it's time to go.
Got
laser stare.
Got the Jesse stare. The Jesse stare is pretty real.
It is. Pigtail.
Oh, watch out!
I'm not trying to deal with
stare in the pigtails. No. That's too funny.
I don't know her from nowhere. She doesn't know me. She looked at me like, get these kids out of here. So I was like, you know what? We're out of here.
Yeah. Well, know that pickleball tournaments, there's not a whole lot of etiquette with noise and all that. As you hear championship court, they're pumping music. Chris Carson is screaming on the mic saying, "This is pickleball, not tennis. Make as much noise as you want."
Right.
So anything goes, baby.
Okay, well, we good.
Anything goes. Bring the kids, make some noise, bark a little bit.
So Brice, that was the first time that you've watched like pro pickleball in person? Had you been watching a bit on like the live stream or on YouTube and stuff prior to that?
Yes. Okay. So let me give you, K-Mac, let me give you my background in pickleball. So
yeah, I got you.
2020, when I'm kind of like figuring out if I'm done playing football or not, I'm training with my dog, Larry Fitzgerald. Shout out to Larry. And he was building at his new house at the time. He was building a basketball court / pickleball court in his backyard area, right? Okay. And I remember he said pickleball, and I'm like, bro, like what? Like I'd never heard of it in my life. Never heard of it in my life.
Name sounds ridiculous. Always the first time you hear it.
I'm like, pickleball, like what?
Pickle what?
Are you joking with me? Like, And he was like, nah, like this game's dope. Like you're gonna like it. So we start playing. Mind you, I'm not good at ping pong. I never played tennis. So I have no racket skills, paddle skills at all. Like I'm trash. We started playing. Raw athlete running around. Liked the game, obviously was competitive with it. But once I realized I wasn't playing football, once COVID hit, I just stopped playing because I stopped going to Larry's house to work out. So I just stopped playing. Last year on my Jamaican trip, my annual trip, I was with some buddies, and they were like, let's go play pickleball. And I was like, let's do it. Like, I ain't played in a minute. And we were just super competitive. And then I was like, all right, like, when I go back home to Arizona, I got to hit Larry, and I got to start getting into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Dive right in. Heck yeah.
Yeah, so literally ever since, I would say, last December, I've been drilling, playing almost 2 to 3 times a week when I'm in town. Okay. I just can't get enough of it. And I was with Darren Williams yesterday, and we were like playing, and I was like, bro, like this game can easily take me away from golf. Like this game is so much fun. And he was like, bro, like I don't even like golf anymore because it's easier to just go play like 6 or 7 games in like an hour and a half or 2 hours than to like get to the course, warm up, hit balls, and then go play 9 holes for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a long, lengthy day
for sure.
So that,
get a little bit of a workout in.
Yeah. So at that time, I was watching YouTube because once I found out about because Larry was like, no, like the PPA, whatever. I started watching live streams, like watching how to play the game. I started watching Tyson because Tyson is like really the only pro player that has like a legitimate ethos, like on the internet, teaching, talking, podcasting about the game of pickleball. And I started watching his videos, like 3-5 dinks, 3-5.
My man, come on. Get that tip down.
So I've been like,
tame the tip.
I was watching all his stuff and, learning from people that played a lot.
Yeah.
And here I am. So I don't know what, I'm about to start entering tournaments. I don't care. I'm just,
it's time. It's time for the blast. Give the people what they want to see, Brice.
It's time. It's time, bro. Let's go.
So Brice, let me ask you this real quick. So one of the things I hear at camps and all the time is people that love pickleball, even people that love watching it say, well, I love it, but I just don't think it's much of a TV sport. What did you think? What do you think about that? What did you think about watching it in person versus watching it on, on TV or live stream? as somebody who's new and excited about the game, kind of what are your thoughts about the potential of pickleball, a few years from now as more of a major sport, on TV?
Well, that's weird that somebody would say I love playing the game, but then I can't see myself watching it on TV. To me, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
No, I can't relate either, but I hear it a lot. You do too, probably, right, Tyson?
Yeah, to a certain degree. I think what we're looking at is that just TV angles and video production doesn't quite do it justice yet. So obviously
not quite there.
Seeing it live, you can see the art in the dinking. You can see the spin, you can see the hand battles, and I mean I think big thing is that you can just see the speed.
Right. What I would say though, I feel like they've made major strides.
Right.
I don't know who to give this to, but they've made major strides from when I started watching in December, January.
Of course, right, for sure.
To seeing it now. Selkirk TV. Shout out to your people over at Selkirk. I mean, you watch now and the camera angles, you got a floating camera going on, you got the backside, you got the middle side. And then you can kind of capture, I think, that speed. Because at first I feel like it was only one set angle.
Right,
And then
for
it,
sure.
it kind of was okay, we need to figure out how we can,
Right.
And it looks like they're working on it. I mean, it's kind of new, right? As far as media attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's it's a new thing. They got to figure it out. And I think in a year or so, or maybe even quicker than that, it's going to be, because y'all had it on TV. You hit me in the summer.
Yeah.
Y'all were on CBS?
We're on
NBC?
CBS, correct? Yep, CBS.
And it looks
First
sick.
time ever, national TV. Yeah, it looked good.
It looks sick. And, hey.
Come on.
It looked cool. So, I never really heard that, K-Mac.
You're right.
Okay.
But I enjoy watching because that's how I got better.
Yeah.
Because I was how do I get better at this game? Okay, I got to watch the pro.
For sure. I mean, I'm obviously in the same boat, but I think, like Tyson mentioned, I think once the production value, it gets a little better, it's already on its way. They're honing in their craft as far as which angles to show, how to showcase the game at its best. But to me, I think it's on its way. It's just I've definitely heard that criticism, people that love it, great game, but I'm not sure it's a television sport. But I definitely disagree. I think it's on its way.
Yeah. It's nice that we don't have that baseline bird's eye angle anymore, if you know what I mean. I think most people were getting very sick of that baseline bird's eye view. I mean, now it's more
a little bit.
Now it's more side angle, it's more close up. They're starting to do some replay type stuff, and no, it's definitely heading in the right direction. Gentlemen, next thing we're going to talk about here is Sports Corner. So Lakers, I don't know if you're a Lakers fan, Brice, but first time ever, they're 0-4, and what a complete disaster.
They look horrible.
They look horrible, bro. I mean,
They look horrible.
I mean, the 3-point shooting percentage. I mean, just the shooting percentage in general is not sharp. But Braun looks frustrated. Pat Bev, should be a dog on defense, and it seems like he's obviously new, but definitely not a shooter.
They don't have any sharp shooters.
They don't have any lasers.
They really don't have a guy right now, and it's tough to say this when you look at their roster, right? 3 or 4 years ago, if you would have looked at their roster and said LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, you'd have been okay, no issue. But what I've been seeing from this season alone, outside of LeBron, really, there's nobody that's creating shots. Russell, his confidence is shot right now.
It's shot, bro, and he's getting eaten up.
He's not hitting anything.
Right.
AD doesn't even look like he wants to step foot in the paint because he's probably not trying to get hurt.
Right.
He's always hurt.
That's true.
And I think in his mind he's what can I do to not get hurt? So I'm gonna just stay on the outside and just try to shoot jumpers, which right now is not working because if he's one dimensional, then he's not the same AD that we've been watching the last few years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have a shooter, like you said. And so, and then a lot of those guys are older, so they're not blocking, strapping on defense like you would want them to.
Right.
So they just look bad right now. And I know my girl Jeannie is not really feeling it. There's going to be some decisions that's going to have to be made.
Yeah.
Because they, if you have LeBron James on your team, you can't be 0-4. I mean, forget that. You can't beat the Lakers and be 0-4.
Yeah.
I'm not a Lakers fan, but you can't beat Lakers and be 0-4.
No, it surprises me they had such a bad year last year that they didn't make bigger moves in the offseason because it seems like more of the same. That was a criticism last year. They were a little older. They didn't have enough youth. And you look at every year that LeBron has won a championship, you've put like spot shooters, swing players that can defend and catch and shoot the three all around him. You need guys like that, and you need some fresh legs to just bring that energy. And I don't know. I'm always been a Westbrook fan, but I'm not sure having the ball in his hands.
Get Russ out of there.
Is gonna make sense for LeBron. I think you put the ball in LeBron's hand, let him create, and then dish it out to some catch and shoot, spot up shooters, but just the wrong people around him, in my opinion.
I agree, K-Mac.
Yeah, for sure.
What about my dogs up in Golden State, though?
Ooh, what about that ring, huh? That ring is massive.
Come on, 4. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, Andre Iguodala got 4. This is ridiculous.
Did you see Klay got booted out of the Suns game?
I love
First time ever. Was showing booked 4. Hey, I got 4 of these things.
Got a little attitude from Klay.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't want to see your teammates fight, especially
of course.
Teammates.
Of course.
But Draymond and Jordan Poole got into a little scuffle. I think we're going to the championship.
Boys are going to be boys.
Klay Thompson gets ejected. He cussing people out going into the locker room.
Right.
I was like, I like what I see right now.
Of course. Come on. Bring the heat.
I like what I see.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Of course.
Bring it on. I need Steph Curry to get ejected next.
Of course.
Come on.
So yeah, as a pro athlete, like you've been on some teams, I'm sure you've seen a lot of stuff in the locker room. From your perspective, that probably shows more of like a fire for an organization that may not be the worst thing in the world. Would you agree? Would you agree, Brice?
A championship team too. Like typically, especially like the first few games of the season, like you think like a team like that would kind of be willy-nilly going in the first couple games, like just kind of easing back into
kind
it.
Of coasting,
yeah, and they're not. Like you can see like through the practice camera footage that Draymond hit Jordan, it looks like they fiery in practice, competing hard, talking trash. Then you get the first couple games, they look solid. Then, Klay Thompson probably, I don't know what him and D-Book said. It just seemed like it was just like some competition. D-Book's not going to back down.
Yeah, of course.
Klay Thompson's like, nah, F that. I'm tired of y'all talking crap. Like, I got 4 of these things. Like, you ain't done it.
Swallow that. Swallow that, boy.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to have that chip on your shoulder.
Got it, man.
Being good isn't enough. Got to play with a chip.
Hey, you guys going to watch Anderson?
Got it?
What's up?
Got it?
You what now?
Brady still got that chip on his shoulder.
Tom Brady still got it. Of course, he still got it, man. It's part of.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Part of being a stud, man. You gonna watch Anderson Silva beat up on Jake Paul this Saturday?
I'm gonna be there.
Woo! You gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there. It's in Phoenix.
Dope. I would love to see Anderson do his thing. Jake looks good, but Jake really. I mean, this is Jake's toughest test so far. This is the best boxer he's fought so far. I just wonder what that does to his platform when he loses, or I guess just what his reaction is going to be after he takes an L.
You know what? I don't think it'll hurt him if he lost.
Right.
I think people want to see it.
Of course,
right? Like,
people are dying to see it.
Wants to see it.
Right.
So if he gets smacked up, I don't think they're going to be mad. Now, what I will say though, I think if Anderson wants to get the win, I think he has to knock him out.
He has to. No, he's got to.
Because
he's got to beat him up and rough him up a little
bit. Right? Like for instance, he's the belt holder. For instance, right? Like all this stuff, production, promotion, that's all him. So if he doesn't get knocked out, I wouldn't be with the boxing world. I wouldn't be surprised if Jake wins. But I'm looking for a great fight because, like you said, Anderson's going to be his best test. Jake Paul, he's taking it serious. Like, this is not a joke to him. Obviously, we've seen that from the last few years.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it up close. I just saw Canelo fight recently. I kind of got the juices going again for boxing. So,
Canelo's my guy, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to see this fight.
Yeah, love it. Good deal.
What do you guys? So, not being an expert at all on fights, what would you put the chances that Paul has in this one? Is he a pretty big underdog or slight underdog? Or
I mean, I don't know. It's the whole Tyron Woodley fight. He fought him twice, and it's tough to tell. Like Tyron, he was at the end of his career. His last couple of UFC fights, it wasn't all that sharp. Lost his belt, and then went to boxing, and he didn't look all that good. So it's tough to really tell where Jake's at. But I think everybody wants to see. I mean, this is going to be a huge fight for him for sure.
Anderson's been kicking people's butt.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, this won't be the oh, you're fighting a UFC guy that like doesn't really understand boxing. Like that was like the Woodley thing. That was the other guy that he fought.
Right.
Anderson's actually been like knocking dudes out.
He's a straight striker.
Yeah,
right.
like he's been boxing.
He's a bad dude.
He's been knocking dudes out. So didn't he beat? I want to say
he beat one of the top boxers in his last fight.
Kids. Yeah, one of the Mexican legends kids.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. But he had like 50 plus boxing matches under his belt. Yeah. And Anderson beat him up good. Got him out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. So like it's gonna be a good one. I mean, Jake is a legitimate fighter. Right. So like it's not like legitimate fighter. I know Anderson has a little bit more. He's older and he has a lot more experience. So like I'm looking to see Anderson play games with Jake that maybe Jake hasn't seen yet.
Right.
And so it'll be a good test for Jake. I can't wait to see it. Like it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna be there, so it's gonna be fun.
Love it. Yeah, there was some fights this last weekend. UFC 280. The card was completely stacked. There's a guy named Sean O'Malley that fought Peter Yan. Sean O'Malley is actually based out of Helena, or he's from Helena, Montana. Went to high school with my good buddy. He lives in Phoenix now. Anyhow, Sean O'Malley's been hyping himself up, and the crazy thing, bro, is that Sean drops down to 135. He's like 6'1". He's a big dude. And he drops all the way down to 135. Anyhow, he ended up beating Peter in 3 rounds. It was a complete dogfight. And anyhow, so yeah, he was ranked like number 10. Peter was number 1. So Sean's whole brand and ranking is going to be a lot different after this. I was telling K-Mac this, Brice. It was nutty, dude. So like these guys weigh in Thursday night, and then they have all of Friday to eat and kind of hydrate, and then they fight on Saturday. Sean O'Malley, after 12, so he weighed in at 136, like you have like a pound allowance, weighs in at 136. 12 hours later, he's up to 156. Bro, I mean, literally, it's insane. I mean, these guys just suffer and cut so much weight, and then like a day later, they're 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah, it's like dangerous.
No, bro, it's so dangerous. So dangerous. These guys are wild. There was another fight. TJ Dillashaw fought Aljamain Sterling and was for the 125 belt. And Dillashaw, this guy's such a tough son of a bitch. He blew his shoulder out during training camp. So he had a torn shoulder 12 weeks during training camp. He said he dislocated his shoulder like 20 or 30 times during camp. But he wanted this title shot, and he didn't want to sit out for like another year and a half to get his title shot. So he went through training camp and went all the way through it. And like the last month of training, like he couldn't even hit the mitts because his shoulder was so bad. He ends up going into the fight, dislocates his shoulder like within 30 seconds, and tries to fight and makes it like a round and a half. Dude, like these guys are built different. I mean, these guys are built different.
Warrior.
Insane, bro.
That hurts.
No, and he's trying to fight this guy who's number 1 in the world at 125, and he's trying to fight him with one arm, and he's like literally he's trying to like pop his shoulder back into place as he's fighting. Insane.
Insane. I've had a shoulder surgery before in my rookie season. It's not fun. And my joint used to come out like almost every play almost. If I like did this or that or whatever, like it came out. And I mean, you're fighting with that? No. Like, you already know you're like, you only have one arm.
Right.
And like somebody's about to like bust your face in. No.
Right.
Lesson in mental toughness right there. So pickleball world, next time you're in a tournament and you're complaining about the wind, remember this guy. Not so bad.
Right, totally. Did you guys watch the MLP finals? Team BLQK, 4 times in a row they've made the finals, and they've won it 3 times now. BL.
Our boy Rafa stepped it up.
Oh, yeah. That man shines. You what, Brice?
The video that I saw, in which I think it was like Paris Todd and some other dude, and then like 2 another co-ed team, and then somebody like yelled in the background.
Yeah, it was on match point apparently. Yeah, but I mean, like the score was, I don't know, it was 20 to 14 or something like that. Yes, it was a little lopsided.
I didn't know the context of it.
Yeah.
I posted a comment and I was like, bro, like you had like a 50-shot rally and you're gonna blame you missing a shot over like somebody in the background.
That was our boy Andre. Yeah, no, it was a little much.
Come on, Andre.
Yeah.
Don't turn around. look up at the. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be a golfer in that
Yeah.
moment.
Golfer.
Don't be a golfer in that moment.
Bro, hey, who was that golfer that got hung up in the rope? He got like his neck.
Oh, Bryson DeChambeau.
Bryson DeChambeau.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
He got knocked out. He looked like he got knocked out.
He
But
did.
It's funny because like the next tournament he went to, he did this like funny video like mimicking him like getting hurt by the rope. It was funny.
He was making fun of himself a little bit.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
glad to
funny.
see it because a lot of those guys like don't like to do stuff like that. Like they're just like, why are you laughing? It's like, bro, like you got like your eyes like chopped up by a rope.
Right.
Like that's kind of funny
Yeah.
that you could have
Right.
like avoided. Like you know what I mean? Like that's funny, bro. Like just see it for what it is and like deal with it, dog.
Right, for sure.
Like come on.
But no, MLP looked very, very electric. Loved the venue too. They had that like graffiti kind of in the background. It was indoors. But that team event, man, like the atmosphere is sweet. The energy's awesome. Certain players shine, you know, kind of in that atmosphere too. And love the team camaraderie. And it's just a badass event. You know, that's all I can say. Just a sweet
Hey,
event.
Mac, I don't want to talk about the MLP.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk about it because he wants to buy a team, is why. And he's getting thrown down. He's getting thrown down.
And they've been, you know, LeBron. I've been getting LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Tom Brady. I don't want to talk about it.
Been getting. I know. Come on now. And actually, I've been trying to help move the line or move the needle a little bit, and I haven't had a whole lot of success. So
They ain't rocking with us, dog. It's cool. I gotta call Steph Curry or something.
tough,
It might be
tough.
too late.
But I mean, you guys have a loaded team. I mean, you guys have a loaded team. So
you
there's
got people.
You got people. If you could lay it out in a simple way, because I know you don't want to talk about MLP. What do you? I guess just what's your general outlook on the overall format?
I love when you kind of have an individual like sport, like pickleball, golf, tennis, or whatever. When you take those individuals and say, "Hey, you got to play together as a team and figure out how you guys can win," especially when your whole life you've kind of been like doing it by yourself. For me, being a guy from a team sport, it's very interesting seeing, I don't want to say non-teamers because you have a team, right? Like you have your coach, but like you're not relying on another player that like puts food on your table, right? So like coming from football, like I always love to see that. And I just came from a golf event, a ladies European Tour event, in which it was a team event. It was 3 pros and me, and we literally had a score. And, it worked towards, a championship. We didn't win, but it was fun to kind of see them. And I was trying to do my best to bring it all together. Like, hey, like, let's talk, let's have fun. Like, I don't want to be out here like super tight. And all the girls that I had in my group, shout out to Lexi, Kelly, and Laura, they were great. Like they were having fun. Like they were laughing. Somebody hit a bad shot. Like
Yeah, right.
if they hit a bad shot, they laugh. Like if I hit a bad shot, I was laughing. Obviously, I hit a lot of bad shots. But yeah, I love to see it because it brings a different dynamic to the game. And how you guys were saying, if LP kind of just stuck, or they try to just stick with the format that they got now, it will be a more desirable game to watch, even if you're a pickleball fan, because now it's like, okay, I know what I get when I watch the PPA. I know what I get when I watch the APP. But man, like the MLP is electric, man. Like it's a different feel. Like, these guys are like putting it all on the line for their team.
That's
they're
true.
high-fiving.
Yeah.
They're doing all
different
this
type of
stuff.
energy.
And so, yeah, it's like a different type of energy. And I believe, just hearing you guys talk about it, that they should be their own niche, like tournament or league, and, try to pair up with the PPA or APP, into which, now you have the MLP event where, the PPA, you have all these events, but then you might have 2 or 3 events throughout the year, in which is like, this is the MLP stop.
Right.
And then it's, it's a different atmosphere. Now you got Tyson playing in this MLP format with, Jesse and the basketball player. I can't get everybody's name.
Right, for sure. Right.
You got J-Dub, you got all these other guys, involved. I think it's sick. So I hope they can kind of figure out a way to keep what they're doing the same way. Don't change it up, and maybe like, team up with one of these tournaments so they can, have like maybe 3 or 4 tour stops. I think it'd be sick.
Yeah.
So I think golf is actually, as you're talking, I think golf's a great kind of comparison because it's an individual sport, but golf can get pretty creative with celebrity events, team events. And I think it'd be great to see like an MLP style format where every team has one like celebrity type player on their team, right? Where it's competitive, but you throw in like one person of the 4 that's not necessarily a pro, kind of like you were talking about with your structure, but just that idea of competing for other people, having that camaraderie. It's just a nice change of pace.
Did you guys get a chance to check out Picklebowl yesterday? It was based in Georgia. It was for a charity event ran by Selkirk, but it was one celebrity playing with a pro player like Danny Duncan.
Oh, yeah. It was like
there you go. Yep.
Content creator Danny Duncan. He's got like 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Played with Anna Lee. Drew Brees was there. Casey Pratt. Casey, the volleyball dude, played with Chuck Taylor. Anyhow, super fun event, but I don't believe.
I didn't go. I didn't see it, but I saw how they did the format. It seemed like they tried to do colleges.
Yeah, right. Correct. Yes, right.
And that was cool.
That was cool. Don't know who won, but I do know that Casey Pratt was the celebrity, and he's definitely probably like above a 4.5, and he played with Chuck. So I would assume, taking a look at the other celebs, I would assume that Casey and probably Chucky won it. But seemed like a fun event. I know my guy Cooper was there getting some content and doing some interview type stuff with all the celebs, and Dave acted
Casey's Casey's the volleyball guy, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's got the got the long hair, the mohawk type look, and cool dude. Cool dude. Plays for Gearbox guy. What about those Seahawks, baby? Huh? Geno's looking good. Geno's looking good. That QB rating is like top 3 in the league.
Seahawks fans from up there. Y'all Seahawks fans?
Oh yeah, come on, baby.
They're like the best team in the NFC West. They are the best team.
Looking good. Bro, and I thought it was going to be a total building year.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a total building year. I mean, I was kind of throwing them out, and
me too. I was like, Geno can't do it. Like, Geno came in with me, so like I was like,
yeah.
No way, Geno. I was like,
he looked sharp.
No hate, but up to this point, I have not seen Geno do anything for me to prove that like he can go out there and lead that team to like 10 wins or whatever. And he looks good, man. I mean,
what do you think's the change?
Look good.
What do you think's the change in Geno?
I think the biggest thing is confidence, man.
Yeah.
I played with Pete Carroll in college, and I know how he is, and he can instill confidence in anybody.
Right.
Like
he can build you up a little bit.
Yeah, like he builds you up. He can build you up with the best of them. And I really believe this offseason, Pete was just building Geno up all offseason. Like, you got this. You can do it. You're our guy. You know, we're behind you. Like, you got it. You're going to have a great season. We're going to be good. We're a playoff team with you. Like, I really believe that was the biggest thing, because Geno now, he's at the point where he's like, I'm the guy. Like, you know, I'm the guy. I don't have to worry about if I make if I throw an interception, like in the first quarter of a game, I'm going to get benched. Like, he doesn't have those thoughts now.
Yeah, right,
you know, Russell Wilson's gone.
Play free.
He's struggling right now, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm the guy here. I got weapons. He has DK Metcalf. He has Tyler Lockett. He has some good running backs.
Yeah.
And so he's just out there doing his thing, and like, he has nothing to worry about. And like, you can see it, man. Like, Tyson, you know, K-Mac, I know you know. I think the biggest thing in life, man, is like having your confidence, because it doesn't matter what, you know, nuggets for the people listening. It doesn't matter what type of, you know, work that you do. If you're an athlete, if you're an engineer, if you're a pilot, if you trying to get a girlfriend, if you trying to get a boyfriend, if you don't have confidence, like, I mean, you can't do it, because it's just gonna, that energy comes off.
Right. It's different.
People see that.
Confidence is king.
And you feel it. You look at yourself in the mirror. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't feel good about yourself, you ain't gonna.
It's not gonna happen.
Ain't gonna be positive.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah, for sure, man.
And I think that's what Geno's doing, man. He looks good, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he does. He does look good.
Well, like you said, too, one of the things we talk about, like when we teach camps and stuff, is just bringing energy, right? And like you talk about Pete Carroll, he's a coach that always brings that energy. And I think that has a way of just being infectious and building confidence. So,
and Pete's,
it's going to be a rough year, but it's looking great.
Pete's, how old is Pete these days? Chomping on that gum. He's in his 70s, man. Jumping around, chomping on that gum.
No,
the guy hasn't changed a bit.
Wearing the Monarchs.
Wearing the Monarchs. Guy's a beast.
That's my guy.
He's a beast, man.
My guy.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a screen share here. This guy Casey is a complete legend, based out of Nashville, Tennessee. Big time fan. Came to our camp in Cincinnati. He shows up at our camp in Cincinnati in this Goodwill steamy hot tracksuit. So I'm gonna run the video now, but this is a look at the tracksuit, if you want to call it that. It's got a little flower on it. He's got his water bottle. Obviously, he knows that I sweat like a machine.
Okay, here we are with Tyson McGuffin. So Kurt.
So he's got the signature paddle.
Skechers.
Don't know about those
How you doing?
American flag shorties.
Great, man. How are you?
Well, I'm good, but
You
need to ask you a
pick up a
question
pair
before you
now,
started.
Tyson.
Yeah, those
Do
are
you-
American flag.
Are you actually wearing shorts? But we can't do this interview if you.
Yeah, man.
If you
They're a 1-inch inseam. It's for the peak physical athlete. That's the lighter
This
side.
doesn't
Doesn't hold me back.
For the peak physical athlete.
Pop, pop. Ah!
Yeah.
Watch this.
Tyson McGuffin. And I always carry the biggest water bottle around you've ever seen in your lifetime. That's 379 ounces of water at all times. Hydrate or die, peak physical athlete. You want a sup, Leo? Sure.
Mr. McGuffin, what's your top 5?
Great question. Very intense.
Very
Number one.
intense.
Family, including day ones, /
Including day
peak
one.
physical athlete.
Peak physical athlete.
2, MMA.
MMA.
A lot of you know that I was a former high-level wrestler. I could get you in a 3/4 Nelson, a banana split, like that.
Like that.
Oh, he has the
Number 3.
tattoos on his hand too.
Of course, got the
Pickleball
tats on the hand. The tiger on the
4.
chest. He's even got some of the logos. Like I have
the
my
lighter
wife's
side of a McGuffin.
date of birth on my
And number
collarbone,
5.
and then I have her logo underneath, and I have my mom's date of
Hot
birth on
tub.
my other collarbone,
I'd love a hot
and
tub.
have her logo
I'm
underneath.
Tyson
But no,
McGuffin.
he's honestly pretty
Former
dialed with the
high-level
ink.
wrestler.
Let's see.
Peak physical athlete.
Okay, I'm
Silverback
gonna
gorilla.
stop it here.
Activate.
Anyhow, there's this little 10-year-old kid, and he's walking in the
3,000
club.
pounds.
And the guy at the front desk is like, "Sir, you're not a member, so you have to pay your $10 guest fee." And the little 10-year-old kid barks at him. He's like, "Row, row." And the guy at the desk is like, "You know what? If you just want to go in, you can. You don't have to pay your guest fee." But yeah, there was I don't know, at least 15 or 20 videos made, and they were all very, very silly. So appreciate you, Skechers, and appreciate you, Pickleball Central. Let's see who that winner is. I think I know who the winner is, though.
If Casey doesn't win.
If Casey doesn't win, I don't. Yeah, right. Shame on you, Skechers and Pickleball Central.
Drawing on all the tats correctly. I mean, that's some effort right there.
Yep. Been getting lots of questions about my signature shoe with Skechers. Know that just with manufacturing and stuff in China, it took a little bit. It was supposed to be here in November. It got pushed back to next year. So the white, black, and gray colors are all going to be available come January of 2023. My signature colors are going to be available come April.
Can I see this shoe?
Can you see that? You can, man. It's right here.
Can I see this shoe? And then can I get on the seating list for a size 13 by now? Like, what's the deal?
What's the deal? And when my signature colors come out, we're gonna have the original gold. We'll have the original white and pink. I'm gonna have all black with the pink, green, and white outsole. I'm gonna have all red with that splash outsole. Anyhow, all my shoes are always gonna have that splash outsole. But yeah, it's gonna be pink and white, gold and white, all black with the splash, and then all red with the splash. So coming out with 4 different color schemes.
I like it.
Hell yeah. Bryce, you got to get out of here, bro.
Yeah, let me go because my auntie's like
Appreciate you.
my office bag.
All good, man.
I appreciate.
Thanks again for jumping on, bro. Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
thanks, Bryce.
All right, my man. Take care.
Okay, Matt.
K-Mac, do you have any last things here for our viewers, or do you have any camps or any events coming up, brother?
Yeah. Just after Halloween, November 1st and 2nd, I will be in Palm Springs. We've got an awesome camp, big crew. I think we're 60 some people, a couple of spots left, I believe. So come see me in Palm Springs in a couple of days here.
Monterey Country Club, Palm Springs. Then also too, K-Mac, you're doing another Palm Springs, what, like a month later? Same club?
Yeah, going back to the same spot. Monterey Country Club's a great venue. We've taught there several times, and going back, I believe, early December. I want to say it's just the first couple days in December as well. So
love it.
Same spot, early November and early December.
Love it. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and turn those notifications on to my YouTube channel. It's now called Tyson McGuffin Pickleball. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in episode 50.